Oh, what is going on, everybody, man? We are back. We are back for the Sunday edition of Can We Keep It Real podcast. How are we doing, everybody, man? Big shout out to everyone out there holding it down, doing the right thing, keeping it real. I want to thank the people that help us make this possible. New sponsor, Beast Coast Factory. Unlock your gridiron potential. Are you ready to dominate on the field? At Beast Coast Football Factory, the number one coach exclusively training offensive and defensive linemen, offering a one-of-a-kind program designed to elevate your game, get you on to the next level, whether you're going to high school, you're going on to college, whether you're just starting out, or you even aiming for the pros and you need some help getting ready for the combine. These sessions are tailored for football players of all ages who are determined to perfect their skills. Expert training, learn advanced techniques, drills that only Najee Barrow provides. Affordable rates, just $25 per session right now. A special. Get in there and grab it. And bring a partner for only $40 for a two-person session. Customized coaching, focus on the fundamentals, and refine your game with personalized attention. Don't miss this exclusive opportunity to work with the best. Transform your performances and become an unstoppable force only at Beast Coast Football Factory. Reach Najee Barrows today to schedule your session and take your game to the next level. We also want a big shout out.
Are you dreaming of the perfect home? Your dream home doesn't have to be just a dream. Whether you're looking to buy or sell, Kathy Foisey from HomeSmart Professionals Real Estate is here to make it a reality. Expertise in Rhode Island and Massachusetts, Kathy is ready to guide you every step of the way. Reach out today at 401-486-6587 or email kfoisey1@gmail.com.
Yes, we back, man. Olneyville, New York System, man. Legendary place in Rhode Island. I mean, everybody had to go there, right? So they're selling out. They sold out, man. Greg Stevens, shout out to Greg Stevens, knew Greg all my life. So while I shared this, man, a little tribute. Oops, hang on. There we go.
Hey. Blue. Where have you been?
Well,
I was down in New Orleans and I was getting me some lunch. I had every kind of oyster that you could possibly munch. When they brought me over a tray of etouffee and my best French Creole, I told them no, nay. I said, just take me back down to Olneyville and give me Creole away. Extra onion on mine. Well, it was north of San Francisco, up Arcata way. And I ordered a vegetable sandwich. Tasted exactly like hay. It had lettuce and spinach and kale and arugula too. When they put on the bulgur and wheat germ, I told them no thank you. I said, just take me back down to Olneyville and give me Creole away. Bring me some well-done fries with that. Heroes and hoagies and blini and subs just ain't the stuff we get multiples of. To Philadelphia to see me the Liberty Bell. And we're strolling down South Street, I caught a cheese stick smell. Well, I thought they called this the city of brotherly love. But cheese was on my steak, man, that's not what I'm dreaming of. Nope, just bring me back down to Olneyville and give me Creole away. Piled high with sauce. Yeah, just take me back down to Olneyville and give me 3 away. Well done fries on mine. Yeah, just take me back down to Olneyville and give me 3 away. I met a girl in Olneyville. She asked for change for a $3 bill. I was standing outside the New York System and the moon was shining still. We took a ride to Silver Lake. Couldn't find the water nor the till. We talked about her cousin who lives up on Federal Hill. Said her father was a gambling man and her mother's name was Lil. You know, I was born just about a half a mile from that mountain. Olneyville, 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 the one and only Olneyville, 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 Olneyville when you got no place to go. Olneyville is the Olneyville when you got no place to go. Olneyville is the one Olneyville when you got no place to go. Smell those weenies when I'm cruising down Route 10. I see the smoke from Wes's ribs blown in off of Huntington. When I get done playing and I'm coming off the road, you know my ears are ringing and I'm looking for some road. Tap to those babies, you know the work been waiting to go. Forget all about devils, makes it easy to say no, 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 no. Olneyville, 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 one and only Olneyville, 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 one and only Olneyville, Olneyville, Olneyville.
Ha, the Ellery Street Band, Olneyville, man. What's going on, everybody, man? You know, I'm kind of getting off course a little bit here, but big shout out to Coach Najee Barrows, Beast Coast Football Factory. Give him a call today. And also a big shout out to Home Smart Professionals. You're looking to buy a house, you know, make your dream become a reality, man. Olneyville New York System, man. Who would have known after all these years? You know, never seen it coming. You know, not surprised. Now, man, a lot of people giving Greg and his sister a lot of BS because they made this decision. Let me get this out of here 1 second. You know, Greg and his sister made the decision to sell the restaurant. You know, this started way back. This whole thing in Providence started with the Pappas family over on Smith Street, who were cousins to Greg Stevens, his grandfather, Anthony Stavakos, which they shortened up to the Stevens family. If I know any history, it's definitely the Olneyville New York System. Great people, down there. You're all fabulous from Greg, but we're going to go around. We're going to check out a few different things, about the Olneyville New York System, who started back in 1927, the original on Smith Street. Yes, the Olneyville New York System on Smith Street is actually the original one. And then after, the great-grandfather, the grandfather passed away around the same time. Then Greg's father, Peter, which I remember Peter, ended up opening the Olneyville location, which wasn't where it is right now. The original location was 8 Olneyville Square. It was a couple blocks down the way. But we're gonna watch another quick video. I mean, so many famous people over the years came into the Olneyville New York System. How many of y'all been to the Olneyville New York System? Come on, had to be everybody, right? I mean, because what started way back in the 40s, originally, after the Pappas family came down from New York, they needed some help. So they ended up calling Greg's grandfather, who was actually running a similar restaurant in Brooklyn and New York. And the father and son moved to Providence to help out. They worked on Smith Street until they ended up moving and opening up their own one in 1946. So at the time, Peter, who's Greg's father, was going to Providence College to study law. I mean, I'm sure his ambitions was not to serve hot dogs. I'm sure, he was going to go to college. He was going to become an attorney, and then soon after, the restaurant moves to 18 Plainfield Street in 54, and that's when the original sign went up there. At one time, they were open to 24 hours a day, the Olneyville New York System was. Imagine that, open 24 hours a day. But let's see what Guy had to say about it.
Come for the hot wieners and stay for the show. These dudes are moving and shaking.
Welcome to Olneyville.
Olneyville, New York System in Rhode Island. In the world of hot dogs, it's without question one of the best hot dogs I ever ate.
Oh, for one, you got to stop calling it a hot dog, Guy. You should know better than that now. They're not hot dogs. They're weenies.
Can't beat it. I remember my first day going in there. This should be in the black and white part with the old camera. They're all yelling, and here's the guy from California.
Well, he's not right. When you walk in that place, everybody is yelling. Everyone's getting all, you hear people yell, 4 all the way. Give me a mousetrap. Give me a beef stew. People are like, what? A mousetrap, a beef stew? What is all of this? And if you know Olneyville, you know the New York System. I don't think I have to explain what a mousetrap is.
Yeah, bleached hair. Hey, what are I didn't know what he said.
He said, I didn't know what he said, because that's what they do. Yes, next. What do you want? Well, we only got 4 things on the damn menu.
He just pointed at me. I thought I had to close the door or something. I didn't know what he said. He just from California, bleached hair. Hey, what are I didn't know what he said. He just pointed at me. I thought I had to close the door or something. My father-in-law says, tell him you want it all the way. And what I saw next was the craziest food thing I've seen. Throwing down the buns up his arm. I'm not kidding you. And there's a way and a rule and a religion and an attitude and a who and a what and a why about how you're going to have hot wieners.
A hot wiener is made with mustard, meat sauce, onion, and celery sauce. In Rhode Island, we know no other way. If you came here and asked for sauerkraut, we don't have it.
You're going to love these.
They might kick you out the damn door, you order sauerkraut.
not kidding you. What's in the meat?
The ingredients for our meat sauce is soybean oil, onions, ground beef. Our secret spice.
What's the recipe? Shh, can't tell you.
The secret spice is just that. It's a secret, so I can't tell you.
Okay? Don't want to hear anything about it. The bun is steamed. The dog is juicy. A touch of mustard. A meat cream sauce. Onions. The celery salt plays in perfectly. Just that's how it goes, baby. Right up the arm. And they are like this. That's how fast they go. Just, they're that good. Mouth water's talking about it. Matter of fact, we need some. I mean, if you had one right now, I could tell you about it. Where's I Dream of Jeannie? Wow, here I am telling you about it, and this shows up? Let me tell you about my favorite Lamborghini. The steamed bun, this funky hot dog, chopped onions, the mustard, the celery salt, all of it together, bringing you the Rhode Island hot wiener experience. That's how you do it right there. Can you taste it right now? I know your mouth is watering. I mean, it is crazy. Oh my gosh. Wow.
So shout out to Guy Fieri, shout out to everyone down the Olneyville, New York system, but Greg's father, Peter, who was the third generation, he was going to go to Providence College. He was going to study law. He intended on doing all of that, but he ended up staying here, and he said with no regrets. His other uncle ended up taking off, going out of Florida. Now, Greg Stevens was a great hockey player at Mount St. Charles. Played some great hockey. He's like 17, 18, and he tells me all the time, I'm always down to Olneyville, New York System. Like, I use the back door. I've been there so damn much. Yeah, I pop right in the back. I'll open up the gate. Greg, like, the ball's on you, Mikey, and but he wouldn't have it no other way. Greg's such a great guy. And, a lot of people are pissed that Greg and his sister Stephanie are selling the place. Can't blame them to sell it. And some people are like, why didn't the employees get together, chip in? I mean, you got to think. When Wienerama sold out, Wienerama, a little place in Cranston, they wanted $3 million. So what do you think a place like the Olneyville, New York system, 2 restaurants, a name, like everybody goes to the damn Olneyville, New York system. I mean, Greg was only 17, 18, right out of Mount St. Charles playing hockey, had chances to go on and go to college. But like his dad, Greg said, nope, I'm going to work alongside my father. He worked there until his father passed away. Rest in peace, Peter. Peter, great guy. Peter would work, go home for dinner, sit down and have dinner with his wife, and then go back to work at the New York system. But now Greg and Stephanie are selling the place. Stephanie handles the books, the back end of the business. You almost never see her. But now that they're selling it to a place like the Heritage Group, I don't know how I really feel about that. I mean, the Heritage Group just bought the old canteen of Federal Hill. And they turned that into a hot dog joint. I think Wally's Wieners. And I'm just concerned. And with the employees over here at the New York system, is corporate America going to be able to handle the employees at the New York system? Are they going to be able to handle my boy Tommy Mack over there that just says, you know what, I am out of here? A lot of people may know Tommy. Tommy's a great dude. My man Dario over there, Mike on the grill. Mike has a nice New York system tattoo on his hand. But the Heritage Restaurant Group is to acquire the Olneyville, New York system. And these people have been buying up everything. Look what they bought up recently. Amano Pizza and Gelato, Audrin Automotive Museum, Audrin Motorsport Clubhouse, Audrin Park Place, Brick and Alley Pub, Caleb and Broad, the Cluck Truck, Eastern Beach Concessions, Flo's Camp Shack, the Hilltop Inn, Kale Vodka, La Costa Lobster Roll and Tacos, La Forge Casino Restaurant, Newport Craft Brewing and Distilling, Newport Lobster Company, The Red Parrot, The Reef, Wally Wieners, Wiener Wagon, and they recently bought the Old Canteen and now the New York System. So I just wonder if the New York System is going to end up being commercialized, like so many businesses have, but a lot of people are not happy. If you go back and read the comments, a lot of people are like, you know what, I'm going to go to New York System for my last time, but just know it don't transition until December. So until December, it's still Greg Stevens going to be running it, there's so many things like the Old Canteen New York System, so much nostalgia for one company to end up buying. It's crazy. We're going to check this out real quick. Let me get this up on the screen. Tribute to the New York System. Big shout out to Greg, all the workers there. Get your butt down to New York System if you have not been there recently. You absolutely won't regret it. All the way.
And our fries as beef stew.
What's popular in Rhode Island are French fries with salt, vinegar, and ketchup on them. So this old Greek guy used to work here, Tom the Bomb. Kids would come in and say, I want a French fry with salt, vinegar, and ketchup. And he'd be like, oh, geez, with all that stuff on.
For those that don't know the owner, this is Greg Stevens.
Yeah, I want to charge you for a beef stew. It caught on. And that was 30 years ago. And kids come in here and they order their fries, beef stew. We know what it is right away. But people that never been here before are like, you guys have beef stew? I don't see that on the menu.
The guys behind the counter will forgive you for not knowing that a grilled cheese is called a mousetrap, but don't call the wieners hot dogs or request off-menu condiments.
Order a hot dog, I'll put ketchup on it. That's...
Never put ketchup on a hot wiener.
Blasphemy. You don't put ketchup. Do you go to a fancy steak restaurant and put ketchup on the steak?
New York System's hot wieners are filled with flavorful veal and pork and come in a natural key.
Away. That you're not from Rhode Island.
We did our best to fit in.
What are you going to get?
Ordering our wieners all the way.
All the way.
And our fries as beef stew.
What's popular in Rhode Island are French fries with salt, vinegar, and ketchup on them. So this old Greek guy used to work here, Tom the Bomb. Kids would come in and say, I want a French fry with salt, vinegar, and ketchup. And he'd be like, oh, geez, with all that stuff on there, I want to charge you for a beef.
And we call it a beef stew. We call it a beef stew. Okay, let me get another video set up for you.
Right. I'm gonna try my hardest. Ready?
Right. Whoa! You gotta know that. Pay after, man. Enjoy it. Sure. I'm gonna get this from yo, put that. Run it up your hand. There you go. That's how we used to do it back in the day, bro. Look at that. Look at that.
Joking.
Runs it up right there, bro. We used to go all the way up.
Oh, let me get it all the way up then. You want to show off?
Go ahead. Make some. We got 11. We got 11. We got 11 to make. I'll stab you up. I stab up and he makes them.
I don't like to make more than this, but that's a good amount.
That's a good amount, yo. Take the violin over here. Joey Yee. He don't play. He does not play. Look at that. Ooh. I know that sauce is burning that hand, but he got it. He been here for he don't play, man. Been here 40 years, man. 40 plus years, man. He's OG to this, man.
What's your name?
My name is Jojo, man. This guy right here. Can you do your play trick?
They have had movies over here at the New York System, Brotherhood. You know, rest in peace to Dave. Here's Mike, Wilson, Dario, Greg. I mean, good crew over there at the New York System.
Good snap to the casing. I mean, very good.
I'm going to hot dog hell, man. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Hey, I'd rather go to hot dog hell for pouring ketchup and wiener than going to real hell for marrying my wife.
He said,
good snap to the casing. I mean,
I'd rather go to hot dog hell.
I'm going to hot dog hell, man.
For
yeah, it doesn't
marrying
matter.
my wife.
Hey, I'd rather go to hot dog hell for pouring ketchup and wiener than going to real hell for marrying my wife.
Too much. You know, big shout out to all them guys over there at Olneyville New York System. You know, but no matter what time of day you go there, morning, noon, and night, I mean, you see people from all different walks of life, and it's surprising to see that they are selling it. Can't blame Greg. Greg don't have no kids. His sister kid's a doctor. He don't want to do it. You know, so get out, cash in. I mean, and people say, how come, you know, why didn't none of the employees chip in and buy the place? Well, I mean, yeah, exactly. Yeah, case closed, you know. But if you ever go there and you hear them yelling out Subway, they'll say Subway, Subway. Back in the day in New York, I guess 20 cents was for, you know, you would get a nickel back after you buy a hot dog at the ballpark, and you get a nickel back, and a nickel was enough for a Subway. So, you know, to bring back the old era, they always yelled out Subway when somebody would leave them a tip. And sometimes if you go to New York or you're from New York City and you occasionally go into some of the Greek delis or the Jewish delis, you know, they'll always be yelling out Subway, you know. So shout out to all them guys, man. Get down there, have some all the way. I mean, the stuff's made fresh, you know. Get some coffee milk as well, you know. But, you know, big respect to everybody down there at the New York System. And remember, if you go down there, do not put ketchup on a hot dog. On a wiener. Don't even think about it, because you go straight to weenie hell. And there's even a sign on the wall that confirms this. So don't question it. Ketchup is not for wieners. They are for backyard, at a cookout, a hot dog, right? Not for wieners. You know, so you grab a bottle of ketchup, you're going to hear everyone in there saying, oh, you might even hear patrons, people that they're eating with you, be like, oh, you don't do that. That's like a mortal sin over here at the Olneyville New York System. You know, but yeah, big shout out to everybody at the Olneyville New York System. Shout out to the Stevens family. You know, they didn't come from Brooklyn to Providence after immigrating to the United States from Greece back in the 1930s. We might have never had an Olneyville New York System, a fourth-generation family that gave us so many great times. In the 80s, back in the day, you see cops in there. No word of a lie, man. Cops in there, people partying in there. I mean, it was just so wild. There was a place where you'll have Providence cops, state police, and gangsters all in the same joint. Oh, throw in politicians, but they're crooks as well. You know, so big shout out to the Olneyville New York System. And yes, the original New York System, I think from 1927, the one up Smith Hill, that was the original New York System. And then the family ended up going their own way, you know, and they ended up opening up in Olneyville Square in 1946, and the rest is history. You know, it started off at 8 Olneyville Square, you know, and then it moved up the street to 18 Plainfield Street in 1954, and that's where the iconic neon sign still lights up Olneyville. Not the same sign. You know, about a year ago, they put a new sign because the old sign was just caca. Couldn't really do much about that. But I think I have a video of Bobby Bajol. Anyone that don't know Bobby Bajol, he's a Rhode Island lawyer, Terry McEnany, and he used to do, he used to portray like an Italian rapper. But here he is.
Hey Adam, how you been? This is Bobby Bajol from Providence, Rhode Island. I'm at a legendary place, Olneyville New York System in Providence, Rhode Island. Established in 1946, 4 generations of the Stevens family. I've been running this place with a secret recipe for the wieners, unlike anywhere else in the world. Rhode Island is known for a couple of great things, being huge Sox and Yankees fans, the beaches of Narragansett and Newport, and the food. Providence is world-renowned for restaurants, but when it comes to lunch to late night, everybody comes to Olneyville, New York System for one thing, the wieners. It's a secret recipe passed down for 4 generations of the Stevens family. Steamed bun wrapped around the wiener with a secret meat sauce, grand mustard, fresh onions, celery salt. Guys come in late night, order 2 tray all the way. This is how I like them, all the way, perfect, with a coffee milk. Also, vintage Rhode Island, so nowhere else in the country. I challenge you, Adam, to come here and break the record. 14 wieners in 45 minutes is the record. I don't know if you got it in you to come down here and take us on, but if you can eat more than 14 in 45 minutes, you're going to get crowned with an Olneyville t-shirt and the love and admiration of Providence, Rhode Island. So with no further ado, I'm going to have my bite of this, and all I can say is one thing. Olneyville New York System wieners, beautiful. Peace.
Bobby Bajol, the big Spacone. Go on YouTube and look up Bobby Bajol. Bobby Bajol's Christmas. He had some hits. But more famous people attended the New York System. Guy Fieri, Andrew Zimmerman, Kevin James from King of Queens. There's signs on the back wall that says no one's ugly after 2 a.m. This isn't Burger King. You can't have it your way. But it is what it is, man. Shout out to everybody over at the New York System. We're going to have more coming up. I'm going to be doing another show very soon about, I might even do it after this, about trade school or college. But big shout out to everybody down there. Now the New York System is sold. What do you think about? Is it going to be the same? Do you think a corporation can come in and run an establishment like the Olneyville New York System? I don't know about that. I think that's going to be very tough to replicate. Very, very, very tough to replicate. Let's see. Let me see. I got some more videos here.
York System.
Olneyville, New York System.
Hot wieners. Delicious.
That wasn't planned.
No, it wasn't. We did it though.
Now, I'm going to let you in on a little secret that this is one of the things that I've never had.
And I love them.
For a long time, I protested them. I said, nope, I don't want them because they have the, it's a wiener that has the casing, the snappy wiener.
So good.
What is it called?
Casing.
No, the.
How can you protest a wiener?
Hello.
Hey, friends.
Number 3.
We are here in Olneyville.
With mustard, raw onions because it gives me the farts. Either way, here we go.
I know you already know.
And we got coffee milk. All right, here we go.
Gotta zoom in because it's
Oh my
kind
God.
of
Backlight.
Yeah.
Okay.
My heart feels better.
Why?
Just knowing you ate this makes me feel so good.
It's pretty good.
I love them. They're
I've been here. New York System's a big deal. They don't call them hot dogs, they call them hot wieners. Not weenies, wieners. They also have coffee milk, which is like better than a milkshake, I think. The whole reason that I do this AB Road Eats thing when I'm on tour is primarily to connect with local fans, to give them a real kind of sense of ownership of our relationship. What's the secret to making one of those perfect?
With love.
Weenie love. How can you tell the difference?
Nick Barrels. What's up, Nick? Shout out to Nick Barrels out there. Let me see. I can't sit behind Nick's fat ass head, you know, and I say that with love, Nick. We say that with love.
Difference in the flavor between a weenie that's been properly loved and one that hasn't.
Well, 2 o'clock in the morning, come in, you'll be able to tell the difference.
You know what? My definition of love changes at about 2 in the morning, but that's just me.
So you might love it even more.
I might. I'm not interested in going to places that I read about in the national press or whoever's got the, you know, the coolest vibe going through their publicist. I want to eat where my fans want me to eat because they're proud. And that's a kind of hospitality. Before social media, it just didn't exist. You really couldn't do that.
We're going to be in your hands. Whatever you want to serve us.
That's we put mustard, our famous sauce, onions, and celery salt.
Done.
All right, and then how about a delicious coffee milk? Have you ever tried it?
Never. I can't wait.
The only problem with eating like this on tour on a day-to-day basis is that basically, you know, you're living on a bus. You're not really like going to the gym every day. So you live on the bus, you do the show, you walk around, you eat like this, and all of a sudden one day your show clothes don't fit anymore, and you just it's kind of scary, except for Sarah, who apparently will remain a size.
That's not true. I gained 20 pounds from the last tour. Not joking. It was really hard.
Well, it's because you. Oh yeah, come to daddy. So we've been having this argument. Is it hot wiener or hot weenie?
Hot wiener.
Hot wiener.
Weenies. There's so many different names.
But we need a definitive definition.
Everybody call them whatever they want to call them now.
All right.
Hot dogs, though. It's not hot dogs.
Okay,
We
why
have belly busters.
why isn't it a hot dog?
It's not a hot dog because it's made like it has a natural casing. So basically, it's stuffed like a sausage. That's one. Beef, pork, and veal in it. 2, has no ends on it.
Why?
Because they make them in a long tube.
You know, you cut them to size.
This is one of the best hot dogs I've ever had in my life.
Oh, whoa! You just swore. It's not a hot dog.
Not a hot
This is one of the
dog.
best wieners I've ever had in my
There you
entire
go.
life.
You teach it. You got to teach it all over.
Stay on her, man. Did you ever notice how this whole show seems to become more about you and less about me? I'm not comfortable with that. I work alone. I don't need a sidekick. I can do AB Road Eats without you.
Me too. Up, no one
Who
inside.
started AB Road?
What are you doing? I don't know.
I'm the AB in AB Road Eats. You invented Road Eats. I'm AB.
It wouldn't have happened without me.
This is like as old school Providence as you get. You can only get this in Providence.
Another 2. My 2's no onion, right?
All this needs is liquor. It's begging for rum. It's begging for dark rum. No question. Look at this, guys. You can't eat and hold a camera at the time. You shouldn't be working for either one of you. This is my kind of place. I would rather eat here than per se. Honestly. All right, Snapchat. So now you're going to get a lesson on how to make fries Rhode Island style, which they call fries with gravy for some reason. Step 1, you need French fries, and they need to be done nice and crispy on the outside. They're not cinnamon. All right, now that you've got your fries, you want to use cider vinegar and really apply while they're hot. Next comes the final step. Not too much, not too little. Perfect. So my cardiologist says. And that is how you make a French fry in Rhode Island.
No, that is how you make a beef stew in Rhode Island. But shout out to everybody. Get your ass down there to the Olneyville New York System. Greg, Stephanie, congratulations. On your success. I know a lot of people don't feel the same way. I know I'm gonna miss them Olneyville New Year's Eve parties that Greg would have, the comedy shows, the concerts, so many great things that Greg would have down there at the Olneyville New York System. You kind of can't blame the guy. I mean, he's 65 years old. He wants some retirement. No kids. Nobody to leave anything to. So I'm sure Greg needs Greg definitely needs a break. He's ready to retire. So congratulations to Greg, and I'll leave you with the Ellery Street Band, Olneyville.
I met a girl in Olneyville. She asked for change for a $3 bill. I was standing outside the New York System and the moon was shining still. Took a ride to Silver Lake. Couldn't find no water nor the till. We talked about her cousin who lives up on Federal Hill. She said her father was a gambling man and her mother's name was Lil. I was born just about a half a mile from that man. Olneyville, 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 the one and only Olneyville, 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 Olneyville when you got no place to go. Olneyville is the Olneyville when you got no place to go. Olneyville is the one Olneyville when you got no place to go. I was standing, couldn't find the water nor the till. Talked about her cousin who lives up on
Big shout out to Beast Coast Football Factory, Najee Barrows. Thank you for your support. Big shout out to the Nelson Martinez family, Glenn Sermos. Big shout out to Bob Caradillo, Child Advocate. Big shout out to Home Smart Professionals. You're looking to buy a home, reach out to Kathy Fosey. Whether it's Rhode Island, Mass, Kathy is ready to guide you every step of the way. Reach out today at 401-486-6587.
Smell those wieners when I'm cruising down Route 10. I see the smoke from Wes's ribs blowing in off of Huntington. When I get done playing and I'm coming off the road, my ears are ringing and I'm looking for some road. Tap to those babies, they're worth their weight in gold. Forget all about devils, makes it easy to say no, 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 no. Olneyville, Olneyville, one and only Olneyville, 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 Olneyville.
Mustard, meat sauce, onion, and soy salt has become an iconic Rhode Island favorite.
So the difference in the wiener is that instead of being linked, you cut them, you hand cut them.
Like I said, they come in a long rope. We have someone cut them piece by piece every day.
My wife has never had coffee milk before. Can you just explain the coffee milk thing to her? Because
this is like a syrup mixed in with milk. Okay. Yeah, almost like a.
Well, thank you, everybody. Really appreciate it.
And you like hot dogs? You like the hot dog business? It's
I like
fun.
hot wieners.
Yeah.
I like hot dogs. But I love hot wieners.
So you love the hot wiener business?
I do.
How long you been here again?
Since 1979, late 1979, day before I turned 18.
Wow. And you never left?
Yeah, well, I left, I came back.
Okay.
But you always come back. You always come back to your roots, you know?
And what do you think it takes to be successful in the hot dog business?
I don't know about the hot dog business.
Or about the
I know
hot wiener
about the
business?
hot wiener business.
Free beer.
This interview with this guy, it was like he just kept saying hot dog, hot dog. I wanted to smack him with a hot wiener.
1 to 4 every Sunday. We open at 6.
What is your fondest hot dog memory? Maybe from when you were a kid? Or?
When I was a kid, when I ate hot dogs. But now that I'm in the hot wiener business, okay.
I'm going to ask it right this time. Do you put ketchup on your hot wieners?
Have you ever seen the Dirty Harry movie?
Nobody. I mean, nobody puts ketchup on a hot dog.
People attempt to put ketchup on hot wieners, and we stop them immediately. You can go to Fenway Park and put ketchup on your hot dogs. You can do it in your backyard, but you don't put ketchup on hot wieners.
It's a standing policy here?
Right. Yes.
Who's Rita?
You might see Rita any minute, right, Jim? What time?
The broom should have landed.
The broom should have landed already. Actually, Rita grew up around the corner.
Yeah.
There were homes.
Rita has been a staple in Olneyville. Grew up on Dyke Street, went to New York System every day. Everybody from Olneyville knew who Rita was. We'll let Greg tell the story.
On the back street of Dyke Street, and she grew up in this neighborhood. She's been a regular customer for many years, and she comes in 2 or 3 times a day. So she has become a regular, and she torches us, huh, Jimmy? She hence the broom. Okay. Real? No, she's not. She's a sweetheart. She really is. Rita has her own seat.
Now the thing with the doggies with the wieners on the arm, okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
You don't do that no more, right?
We do.
Look at Tommy, man. Tommy is still there. And that's when I said, will Tommy be able to handle, will the Heritage Group be able to handle the staff at the New York System? I don't know about that.
But I saw you use plastic though now, right?
No.
No?
The customer is always right. If a customer wants wieners on their arm,
yeah,
we're going to do it for them.
Going back to the coney sauce.
Let me correct them again.
Uh-oh.
It's hot wiener sauce.
All right, the hot wiener sauce that you have, it's a hamburger based, all meat topping.
Yes.
Which in some places might be called coney sauce.
I've heard that.
Okay. In some places it might be called Michigan sauce.
Never heard that.
Okay. Upstate New York and Canada. Go figure.
Okay.
Now that if you go back and look at the origins of that sauce going on a hot dog, it's mostly from people of a Greek background. It seems like in the 1910s, a bunch of Greeks landed in the U.S. and like split up and opened up hot dog joints, putting meat sauce on dogs. Are you guys of Greek? You guys are of Greek descent?
We are of Greek origin.
Okay.
The real origins of hot wieners and how we make them in the sauce is not known.
Yeah.
It's funny, in Smith Street, New York System, my uncle is still around. He's 90 something, and I asked him recently, and he didn't want to get into it. He was just like,
it's like a state secret.
It's like, even to him, he won't tell me. There was a scene in a recent movie, Paul Pass.
Okay, yeah.
And there's a scene where Owen Wilson and Jason Sudeikis get thrown out of a nightclub, and they're talking to the bouncer in front of a hot dog trailer. We renamed it
Wiener Trailer.
Correct. He's catching up. And
who?
Miss Olneyville. You want to meet the infamous?
Oh, Miss Olneyville, yeah.
Nice picture right there.
Yeah. And you're Miss Olneyville?
It is no.
Oh, Dennis is. Okay.
That's him right there.
Yeah.
Right here.
I like the Queen would be proud of that wave.
Can't get any better than that.
How did you get that title, buddy?
There was a security guard sitting there. I come through the door in the morning. And he said, "Oh, here's Miss Olneyville." Jimmy went out and made a sign.
You can't say anything around here without it catching on, huh?
So everyone wants one all the way? All right. Are you all the way?
Here comes Rita. Oh, Rita's here. This is the infamous Rita.
Every day?
Every day, twice a day.
Twice a
Sometimes
day.
3 times a day.
All right.
She buys us, she goes and gets us lunch when we want stuff.
Wow.
Goes to the store.
So it sounds like you really love her.
To death.
Oh.
This is Rita, the infamous Rita. That's right. Yep. And your broom was 15 minutes late today.
There it is right there.
Yeah, hot dog joints just have more personality than any other
I don't know
restaurant.
about hot dog joints.
Or wiener
I know
joints.
about wiener places.
Let's meet in the middle. Let's say encased.
Shout out to Greg Stevens, man. But this guy couldn't figure out what the frig a wiener was. But thank you everybody. Really appreciate it. You know, we're gonna come back in another day. We're gonna talk about college versus tradesman schools. You know, I think that's a big conversation that needs to be had. And listen, man, people do not know how to get their core grade point average, man. Your core grade point average, once you take your music, your gym, all this stuff you get straight A's at, you take that out, and then you got to come up, then you do some multiplication, you come up with your core grade point average. But listen, you're not getting into college with a 1.5 or 1.6. A lot of kids think I'll make it up my senior year. No, your senior year is too late. Another thing we need to discuss is the whole D1 or bust mentality. Coaches need to stop telling their players it's about getting to college at whatever level. Success in football is playing any level after high school. Any level after high school. So, big shout out to Najee Barrows, Beast Coast Football Factory. Big shout out to Home Smarts Professional. If you're dreaming of owning your perfect home, your dream doesn't have to be a dream. You can make it a reality. Call Kathy from Home Smart Professionals Real Estate right now. Don't wait. Call now. See, you're waiting again. Give her a call right now.
Are you dreaming of the perfect home? Your dream home doesn't have to be just a dream. Whether you're looking to buy or sell, Kathy Foisey from HomeSmart Professionals Real Estate is here to make it a reality. Expertise in Rhode Island and Massachusetts, Kathy is ready to guide you every step of the way. Reach out today at 401-486-6587 or email kfoisey1@gmail.com.
Today's episode is brought to you by HomeSmart Professionals, Kathy Fosley. Are you looking to elevate your daily routine, whether it's boosting your morning coffee, enhancing your workout, or simply adding a little comfort to your day? Can We Keep It Real podcast?
Accountable. And that's where the Can We Keep It Real podcast came in. This was a platform that I dedicated to promoting student athletes. Speaking the truth about the challenges that a lot of these kids face. And we're also not afraid to tackle tough questions, whether it be the pressure of balance in academics and athletes, staying competitive on the field, competitive in the classroom.
I love what Mikey does. Sometimes I'm like, yo, you over the edge, TMZ with it. But
the boy gonna do you something nasty.
I hate to say it, more times than not, he get the results he wants.
Right, and to be honest with you, I honestly don't think it's over. Honestly, I think exactly what this state needs. We've always needed a platform where we can call.
That's the bad guy. Bad guy. Bad guy. That's the bad guy. The bad guy.